Hey Bags, it's Jade today with part 2 of my preview in the data files and everything else we've known or come to find out about the winter update coming to Grounded 2. This was a members only video for a while, so if you want to see more content like this, make sure you become a member today and help support the channel. Now part 1 did take a good look at returning bugs from Grounded 1, what we knew about different ant variants coming in Grounded 2. A more in-depth look at things like the crickets, earwigs and woody aphids. Make sure you go and watch that. But today is all brand new stuff, heavy spoilers. Look away now if you don't want to know about all new variants coming into Grounded and maybe even new bugs completely. So the gardens is going to be the main point of the winter update, adding all new crops and more to the game, with the whole zone being tier 3 with maybe a sprinkling of tier 4 potentially. Bear in mind the gardens of course have got lots of different crops, and if they've got potatoes then we are probably going to see the potato bugs or potato beetles arrive in the winter update as well. And what are they? They're the next tier of ladybug. Same principle as spiders, same principle as the ants, each armor set going up with some new additions. It looks like these tiers are going to be the main kind of tanky or warrior class, which makes sense since they really do look like a ladybug variant. Again, big shout out to the Data Peep Squad, Ginger and Cooked Shrimp, as well as Jace with some of these pictures and renders. Yep, the armour's going to have a bargain block, blocked attacks, drain less stamina, and of course it is a fighter armour. So potato beetles munching away at different crops. There's some dialogue lines referencing eating maybe peppers, and someone being educated that they eat potato leaves as well. And so far, only armour has been revealed. I can't remember there being any kind of new weapons made out of the potato bug materials. Of course, we've only got the shield anyway, with the Lady Guard shield, so I'm guessing we'll get another advanced shield as well. But since we've already got the Orc variant, it would feel kind of a bit overdone maybe. So I'm hoping there'll be some sort of new weapon or something new made with them. But they do look great. I love the armor set. I love the idea it's got this striped kind of mustard yellow to it. And I do like the progression. I do think some of the armours could be done with making them a little bit more unique from their early tiers. But this one with the whole new colour to it, I think really differentiates it from the Ladybug armour. So we've pretty much established that every armour set is going to rank up in tiers. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it did in Grounded 1, but definitely more so in Grounded 2. Nearly every bug seems to have this progression. And the Bombardier Beetle is no different. Say hello to the Rust Beetle. This guy is going to be the next tier of Bombardier. I think their full complete name should be maybe Red Flower Rust Beetle or Rust Red Flower Beetle or some kind of variant. These guys are often just pests for a lot of grain, flour, them kind of things. Can be found worldwide in hot humid conditions. Some variants do have cannibal tendencies, so they will eat their own if it means survival of the nest. And of course, yeah, it's very much the Bombardier Beetle, just with a reskin at the moment. These, of course, will lead to you having a new set of armour for mages. In the game files, it did show that resistance was obviously, again, based on sizzle. So just a more powerful version of the Bombardier mage set. And of course, there will be a set bonus, I'm sure, that will differentiate it from the regular Bombardier set. But in terms of new weapons or new staves, maybe not. There is a unreleased stave, but it looks like it's made out of sour sweets. Now we are getting the sour candies come back, and they are having a rework, so they may have a different effect now. But we do think that this may actually be crafted with fire ant parts in the future as a tier 4 kind of item. And given technically we've got 2 fire staves already, with the one that you can get the special Orc version, and just the regular, it would be a bit maybe overkill to have a 3rd fire ant staff. But you never know, maybe it isn't fire ant parts, maybe it is the rust stuff and it is going to incorporate the new abilities of Sour. The only other thing that we'd seen as well was the return of the rusty spear. Now, of course, it may not have anything to do with the armour set, but maybe it's a combination of the rust that you normally gather and yeah, maybe rusty parts now from the Rust Beetle. And yes, there is a wizard's hat. It looks to be exactly the same one from Grounded 1. Not too sure if this is actually going to be part of Grounded 2. With at the moment no kind of secondary ice armour set like we get from the butterflies. We assume maybe moths in the future might add to that. Maybe the wizard's hat is going to be like the alternative if you don't want to have just more upgraded fire armour, and could help give a benefit to the ice stave. Beyond that, yeah, I would expect this guy to fling pretty similar kind of substance to the bombardier beetle perhaps. Honestly, couldn't find too many actual details about it since there is no technical rust beetle as far as I could find, just the flower ones, and they didn't really list any of the kind of attacks it does or maybe its attributes. So my best guess is just another more extreme burn and sizzle. So when you start adding up all the variants that are coming into the game, including returning ones from Grounded 1, we could have black ants, tiger mosquitoes, wasps and aphids, the woolly aphids. Maybe also we see the return of fireflies, like they were literally shown in the trailer, but we never actually got them in the game just yet. And obviously you can spawn in the firebug helmet, which still gives you the light. Add to that the crickets and obviously the earwigs, that's 7 new creatures. It's quite a lot. But next we've got some real deep spoilers, so look away now if you don't want any kind of hints about what potentially we could have as a boss fight in future. So yes, there are Broodmother armor pieces in the game, as well as the Broodmother Club of the Demon. Now the devs did say no returning bosses from Grounded 1 would be appearing in Grounded 2, but that doesn't mean they might not return, they just won't return as a boss. Maybe not a direct one at least. The armor set in the game doesn't have any actual effects listed on it, it says invalid, which does hint at it just being leftover stuff from Grounded 1. But in part of the game dev there was a arena where you could spawn in the lizard as well as the Broodmother. Now the Broodmother is special because it actually has the stranger riding it. I did have a pretty good theory, I felt, that the Broodmother would return in the Axel boss fight and it would absolutely get wrecked by Axel to really show the power, but that never happened. With the Broodmother still being tier 3, I think there is a likelihood we could face off against this in the garden update somehow. It could be the second encounter with the stranger, which obviously hints that we are going to be facing them multiple times anyway, given she ran off. So there's lots of ways the devs could have been a bit sneaky, or just outright lying to us about no returning bosses just to give that big surprise factor. And the first thought could be that you would want to ride your own Broodmother, so maybe there'd be like alpha creatures that would roam around now, just the open world in certain parts. It's another kind of cheesy way to get around not returning bosses, because they won't technically be a boss. But I don't know, maybe you defeat the mysterious stranger, maybe another creature actually does, or the mysterious stranger gets rid of her own spider and we just loot the corpse. Or this really was just a cut idea and they decided not to bring back the Broodmother at all, and instead we'll have a different encounter with the mysterious stranger. And last but not least, yes, the lizard. Could it be the Colossus monster we'll fight? Again, that's been confirmed. There will be a Colossi in the update for the winter. And it's got to be one of two options. It is the lizard, which has had new work added to it. There is the old lizard armor in the game. Once again, big shout out to Jace, as well as String for some of the stuff we've seen today in today's video and the other Data Peep squad. This is the lizard armor, and we'd seen this previously anyway from Grounded 1. Obviously this was cut content, but it kind of makes sense. It would just come back as some brand new gear. One thing that's kind of missing is the dragon spear. I don't think that is in Grounded 2 currently, and that's what was the lizard spear. And also some sort of shield, which was made out of, I do believe, combination of lizard stuff, as well as maybe silverfish, but I could be wrong on that one. And yes, just another reminder that there could be another Colossus that could appear, and it might be the snake. This is definitely the most underfleshed, underutilized. There's not much about it in terms of armors, weapons, or anything like that. It simply is this just untextured snake-like creature roaming around one of the dev test worlds. The same one that has got the lizard and the Broodmother being ridden by the mysterious stranger. So my best bet is going to be on the lizard maybe being a enemy for this. But I do like the idea of the snake maybe mooching around the gardens. There does seem to be like a circular kind of track around in the actual foods and crops, pretty close to where we first make our way through the wall. So that to me could be a spot where to go, and a bit like the crow, it wouldn't necessarily engage with us, but it does rear up when you get in front of it. It does realise you're there. But I do also like the idea of us being able to ride it. That'd be so cool. So yeah, I reckon probably this will be added in future updates if they do add it, but we'll probably likely take on the lizard, and somehow the Broodmother being ridden by the stranger will appear as the second stage boss fight against the mysterious stranger. And there we go, that's all my tinfoil hat theories and everything I can think about big shout out to all the data miners as ever for helping get all this info together months and months ago now, but I've been sitting on it. I've tried not to spoil it too soon, waiting to see what kind of content gets revealed by Obsidian, and since they've not really been doing that much of a good job with that, I figure, you know what, it's time to show and talk about and hype up. I'm really excited. This has got me in the mood for the winter update massively. I can't wait to see what will actually turn up and what doesn't. Bear in mind, everything I've said today is a chance that devs might not like the ideas, they might not like what they did, they cut it completely or change a lot of the stuff, so always bear that in mind. So until next time, Rat Bags, I'll catch you for more grounded news, guides, leaks and more. Until next time, bye bye.